Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Elite City Podcast. We are not amongst snowstorms anymore, but it's freezing cold on the East Coast. How are you in Canada?
It's not freezing. It's supposed to be freezing tomorrow. It's supposed to be like minus 30. So today is like reasonable. It's just regular winter.
Regular winter. And it is snowing like all heck outside right now.
Nice.
It's a weird kind of like it's too cold to snow, but it's still snowing, and the snow's almost like ice.
Yeah, nobody likes ice.
Right. Good call. That's very true. That wasn't even meant to be a pun. It took me a minute to get that. I was like, yeah, dude, it sucks.
That's our segue into our first topic.
Yes.
So Brody King got some media coverage.
Big time media coverage. Which, first off, kudos to the crowd for understanding the assignment.
Yes.
And everybody doing the work.
And great work on like Bryce Remsburg not cutting it off.
Letting the moment be a moment.
Everybody, even Tony Schiavone was like mid-sentence, and then everyone just like, oh, there's something happening. Let's just be quiet. So that was good.
Very good. And I don't want to say the world, the United States needed that because it's hard. I don't mean to sound ignorant when I say this, but right now you don't know who you can say certain things to in our country.
Right.
Meaning, like, do they support the current regime that's in office?
Right.
And again, you don't want to walk down the street and just be a dick and offend people.
Right.
But it's good to know that a lot of people are feeling the same way right now.
And I mean, MJF had a really good point. He talked about it yesterday, I think, where he's like, I don't care what side of political line you stand on. There's no other wrestling promotion that wouldn't censor the fans like that. That's true.
100% true.
Any other company would have bleeped that, even if not for the political aspect of it, they would have bleeped it for the the cursing aspect of it.
Yes.
And AEW was, I mean, they've let cursing on air before, obviously, so that's not necessarily anything new for them. But the fact that they didn't try to talk over it or didn't try to be like, oh, I think they're saying we like mice, like just trying to change. Yeah, it was really cool.
It was really cool, and it was a legit moment. Like, regardless of the power that it gained and everything, and the power that it had, like that was a moment. That is something that's going to go down in, I don't want to say media history, but I mean, for the people that are covering it, maybe media history, honestly.
And I have a few things to say about it. One, I love the NBC News article that said that the wrestlers in the ring were startled. I'm like, no one was startled.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And my favorite part was the last sentence of that NBC News article about it that said, AEW, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to requests for comment. So I love that NBC News called the Department of Homeland Security and was like, did you hear about what they said at a wrestling show yesterday?
What the crowd said, and like not the wrestling promotion,
not even the wrestlers or anything, like what the crowd chanted at a wrestling show yesterday. That's great. That's hilarious.
Yes. And I mean, the floodgates are open now, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not going to stop. I mean, obviously.
So that brings me to my second question.
Yes.
Brody King is facing MJF for the title. It's in Australia, so it's not in the United States, which is
correct.
Which is kind of unfortunate because it kind of should be.
Yeah.
But that's how they planned it. Whatever.
Yeah.
From what everyone can tell, the plan is for MJF to win that match.
100%.
That's what it seems like. Would you, given the situation, given what's happened, given the news coverage, given the general sentiment, like everyone's talking about this, everyone who watches wrestling, even people who aren't watching wrestling are talking about this. Would you pivot and have Brody King win?
I mean, looking at it that way, which I didn't even put those eyes on it until you brought it to my attention. Absolutely. I mean, that the belt is, I mean, don't get me wrong, MJF is a great ambassador. Like, he goes, he could talk to Bully Ray and he could be his character.
Yeah, he's a well-spoken guy. He could talk to everyone. He's like, yeah.
But this is the ones, his Arena Mexico show will come up with the shirt and he'll be on Sports Center, say, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's gonna hit a different way. And it I don't know, like, you kinda threw me a curveball for once, man. I like this. Uh, yeah, I would.
The way
But
I think of it is maybe if they want it to happen, and it's also pre-taped, right? Because it's in Australia, so the time is different. So like they would tape it and then air
right.
it later. So if they don't want to do a title change on a pre-shit tape show in Australia, I would say have it be like a screw job finish. MJF cheats or something, and then Brody
Yeah.
King comes out and says, "Okay, well you won once, I won once. Let's have a rematch and have a rematch on like Dynamite." And Brody King wins, and then he can lose it at Revolution. Like have Revolution,
Oh, yeah, go back to those plans. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
how they're having the number one contender match, right? Like say it's who is it? Andrade and Hangman.
Yes.
So have it whoever wins that match, Andrade or Hangman, just have it be a three-way at Revolution. And whoever was going to leave with the belt, MJF or Hangman or Andrade, just have them win the match. And
Yeah.
then you can go back to your plan, your
Yeah.
original plan. But I think there's something here that you feel like you kind of have to capture. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
I agree. And you said something, and I wanted to bring this up anyway. So, um, how we all expect shenanigans from MJF in any match he's in. Like, it could be, a hardcore anything goes match, and he'll bring a monster truck or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
always. This is my prediction on how he loses the title, and no matter who it's against, he's gonna have somebody come down to, like, distract the referee. Again, say Wardlow comes down to save him, to bring Wardlow back. The second the referee turns around, the babyface pulls Brass Knuckles out of their trunks and just blasts him in the face and
Nice.
pins him. And then, like, he gets his comeuppance, like, "Oh, we thought it was gonna end with you cheating," and it's
Right.
just the total, and then that's how you get the belt off of him too.
Now,
That's I don't
what did you think
Sorry.
of the length of the like Brody King pretty much squashed him. I know there was like
Yeah.
there was a distraction, but what did you think of
Uh,
that?
Amazing. It was
Yeah.
absolutely 100% incredible, and, this is my one small complaint. This would have been the greatest time in the world because looking at the time, you knew it was, like, okay, they only go till, like, quarter after,
Right. It's not gonna
and
go
it's
for a half hour. Yeah.
right. That was the perfect opportunity for Shivani for once to say, "We're gonna stay with it for as long
Right.
as it takes," and you think like, "Oh, okay, maybe they're gonna go till 10:30 tonight." And
Right.
then you just have something that lasts 5 seconds was great.
Yeah. I thought it put him over huge. Like he wasn't necessarily a main event guy until
Yes.
right now. Like
Yes.
like you could look at the people in the world title picture and be like, "Oh yeah, Hangman, Kenny, those are Swerve, those are main event guys."
Yeah.
And now they've made Andrade into a main event guy. But Brody King was like right under that. He was like he'd just been in a tag team. He wasn't like a singles main event guy. But now he is. Like in that one
Yeah.
match, they did it.
And we all know the wrestling the wrestling tropes. Kudos to Max for understanding
Yeah.
and not being like Mr. Ego. Well, if I lose in a
Right.
sport that doesn't count on anything,
Right.
like, I mean, I'm, you know,
A lot
I
of
don't
wrestlers
wanna
wouldn't have done it. There's a lot of
ex
wrestlers who've been like, "No, I'm not gonna lose that way. We're gonna have a screw job finish. It's gonna be whatever. Like, I'm not gonna
I
just get squashed. I'm the world
yeah,
champion."
even if that was Michaels and the Hitman, like, the
Right.
Hitman would have never done, even if, like, even the Eliminator match, so I'm gonna get to in a second, even it being, like, an Eliminator match where there's no way the title changes hands, no way the Hitman would be like, "You're beating me in 10
I
seconds."
feel like there's not many wrestlers who would do that, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, not many, like, world champion wrestlers who would be like, "Yeah, I'll take a 2-minute match," and get absolutely no off not only did he get no offense in, he got choked out, then he got beat, then everybody ran into the ring,
Yeah.
and then Brody beat him again. Right?
Yes.
Like, then
Yeah, I thought that was great. It was like nobody came to rescue him. It was just people taking
he didn't
turns
even
hitting
grab the
their
belt and
finisher.
run away and be
Yeah,
like, "Well, I'll be back next time." Like, he just got beat, like, just beat up. Like,
he just
that was it.
took everybody's finisher as they
Yeah.
got in line. It was
Right.
just one after another.
Yeah.
Um,
That was awesome for him to do that. Like, he didn't have to
yes.
do that. I'm sure he has enough pull in AEW as a guy who's been there a long time and as the world champion that he could have said no,
Yeah.
and he didn't. I mean, maybe it was his idea. I don't know.
I was just gonna say, maybe it was even his idea, like, because he understands the precedence of it. Like, you're putting Brody in it's not about you. You already have the belt.
Right.
Like, that's ancillary.
And it was,
In
I
this
think it was Swerve who once said, he goes, the best part about wrestling is that you write the story, right? So if you lose a match, you can just write a story about how you respond to losing the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not about losing the match. It's about the story you tell after the match, right? So like, I think a lot of the guys in AEW now get that, and that's really cool.
Yeah. Do you mind if I talk about eliminator matches in general?
Yeah, I really like that the challengers won them this time.
Yes. The eliminator match in general is I love the idea of it. We talked last week or 2 weeks ago, can't remember when, like something that AEW needs to do to placate to like maybe fed up or ex WWE fans. And I said they need to stay the course.
Right.
I'm gonna add to that. This is gonna be like a little or put the asterisk by it. They did something, they introduced something that I mean, obviously challenge matches, eliminators as they call them, or proving ground. They used to be called an Ring of Honor matches like that. They have always existed, but again, we talk about there's a 25-year period where only one kind of sports entertainment existed.
Right.
You bring back this trope where it's simple as pie to understand. It's, oh, this person challenged the champion. The belt's not on the line. If they win, the only thing they get is a title shot.
Right.
Like, so that
it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be like
exactly.
You don't have to earn the eliminator match. You can you can just request one, and if they give it to you, they give it to you.
Yeah, and that match could be like a total absolute squash, like for the champion. They could be part of the storyline to get Sammy Guevara comes out of nowhere and says, I've been here since day one. I deserve a championship match. And everyone's like, dude, you don't deserve it. Yes, I do. And then he gets destroyed. Oh, maybe I didn't deserve it. But then you have what happened between Brody and Max. Like we just said, like it now put Brody instantly into the main event. It caused this little instant feud. You have like a storyline now where, we're already talking about the match after Australia. So, it's building.
And I just realized the brilliance of how they did this is, didn't Okada and Mox both have eliminator matches like last week?
Yes.
And they pretty easily won them both.
Yes. Yeah.
So that set you up for like, oh yeah, anyone can challenge an eliminator match, but like it's unlikely that they're going to win. And then they immediately flipped it and like, oh yeah, both the challengers won.
Right. And in my notes, we were just talking about story, how you said about Swerve. If somebody wins the eliminator, you could go in like blind, like who the heck decided that Lio Rush deserves a title shot or an eliminator match, excuse me. Well, he wins it. That's the story. Like, oh, he won the match. You know what I mean? And you just say that like, oh, I beat the champion. Like, and you can't, it only caught me a match. Well, yeah, but you still beat the champion.
And like, it's an easy way to put both people over because now the challenger can go, I won the match. And if the champion wins the rematch, they can go, oh yeah, you won the match, but it wasn't a real match. It wasn't a title match. So you can't beat me when it counts. So both of them get a storyline out of that.
And I was just going to say, you have the other end of that. If it's a babyface champion, they take one on the chin and the heel's like, dude, I pinned you. And then you turn around with, yeah, but it didn't count. Well, like it's so good.
Yeah. Or if the champion's a face, they can be like, okay, well, I didn't expect it. You were better than I thought you were going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work harder and I'm going to win next time. And then, there's so many things. It's so simple, but there's so many things that can come out of it.
And the same thing with the women's tag match. You went into, obviously before Penelope got hurt, they wanted this to be the finals for the tag belts,
right?
And it made sense. So give them an eliminator match, and it instantly set up the paper. I keep saying pay-per-view. Excuse me. Grand Slam Australia. It's not pay-per-view. It instantly set it up just by like, oh, they had a great tournament the tag tournament together. You know, like these matches are brilliant.
It's really smart. It's really simple. It's easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's like the way they've done the number one contender for the world title has been confusing. Where they're like, Hangman has to beat.
Yes.
Like again, who did Hangman beat this week?
I can't remember.
It wasn't like it was. Oh, what's his name? Jake Doyle, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Wait. No. He beat not Jake Doyle. He beat Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. That's it. Sorry. Yeah, he beat Mark Davis. And and last week Kenny Omega beat Rocky Romero. I'm like, why does beating Mark Davis or Rocky Romero, no offense to them, but like they're not main event.
Right.
Why does beating them get you a title match? Right? Like that makes no sense. And
right.
Like, why is like when Swerve lost to Andrade, then Renee was just like, oh, Swerve, you lost to Andrade last week, so you're out of the title picture. I'm like, why? Why does that mean he's out of the title picture? Like that's never been explained. So that's complicated and weird. Whereas the eliminator match is just so easy. You beat the champion, you get a title match. That's it. And it's anybody you've never watched wrestling before, that makes sense to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. Like, and like not having it, you know, we'll say, just say the eliminator match was introduced day one in AEW, and we'll be like, and here we are, year 6. Nobody's ever won one. Like having people win them and having champions lose them makes everything more interesting.
And I want to say that I love that the MJF match was short.
Yes.
Brody match, because we've talked about this before. One thing that I think is kind of a problem in AEW is every match is like 15, 20 minutes, every single one. And that's not realistic, really. If these were actual fights, there's going to be sometimes when some guy wins in 5 minutes. Like that's how
100%. Yes.
So there should be like, I understand when Mox faced Ace Austin, right, on Collision.
Yes.
And I get why they didn't have Mox squash him, because they're like, oh, this is a newer guy to AEW TV. We want to make him look good. The purpose of the match is to make him look good. Like, I understand that. But realistically, Mox should win that in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that sometimes like when Mox faces a guy that nobody really knows, or Okada faces someone nobody really knows, or Kenny Omega does, or Hangman, sometimes they should lose and have like the shocking, oh my God, this, or not even lose, like, oh my God, this fight took it to 20 minutes, like against a former world champion. That's huge. You could put them over that way. But sometimes a match should be 5 minutes long. And I like that they did that. They're like, oh yeah, Brody King realistically could just run him over. And he did. And that made sense.
And the way that they had that set up, like, why wouldn't Brody do that? You know, like seriously, you know, if this is your one shot, like, oh, all I have to do is reach over and business is over there. Hey, the match started. I'm out. You know, like,
yeah, you're right. For a guy who never had an AEW, I don't know if he's had world title shots in the rest of his career, but he's never had an AEW world title shot. Yeah, you're right. This is his chance. As a smart person, he'd be like, oh, this is my shot to like, I might never get a title shot if I don't win right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was so well done and
great booking.
Yeah. I was just going to say, in a great curveball. Like,
yeah, I did not expect that. I watched it late. So like once the match started, I could see on the little thing, the little bar at the bottom, that there was only 5 minutes left in the show. And I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? So I knew it wasn't going to be a 20-minute match because I could see there was only so much left in the show. But I didn't think Brody was going to squash him. I thought, oh, maybe there's some schmoz finish or like MJF gets counted out or something, right? But yes, it was surprising, but I was so happy.
Yeah, it was such a good ending to the show. What did you think of the women's tag title match? Excuse me.
I mean, Harley Cameron is legitimately one of the fastest learners I think I've seen in wrestling. Because like she was not anybody, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now she's obviously, when you watch her matches, she's not as experienced as Willow or someone like that, right? But she doesn't feel out of place. She doesn't seem like she's not up to the level of, a tag title match. Like she clearly is.
Yeah.
So the fact that she managed to do that with like very little experience, like she wasn't a wrestler before this, was she?
No. this was something that she, like, decided that she wanted to try to do, and I'm
Is she
pre
just good at everything? Because she's also
I
like
was
a
just
singer.
gonna say
She's
yes.
also like a ventriloquist. Like,
Yeah, like, I think she wrote and performs her own entrance song, and that's no
I don't know if
joke.
you watched it, but I sent you a clip of her just singing with a guitar. Like, she's really good.
She is very good, yes. Um, I'm pretty sure her first, like, match ever was, like, on Dark or not, excuse me, not Collision, Dark or Elevation.
Right.
Like, she didn't wasn't, like, trained by, you know, someone and then went to the indies, like, I
Right.
think sh
She hasn't been like doing this for 10 years or something. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if she went to the Nightmare Factory or if she was just trained by somebody in, like, AEW and they got her, and I don't know how she initially got trained, but, I mean, yes, like you said, everything she touches is gold.
I just I looked it up. In 2021, she began a professional wrestling training under Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears at a school,
No.
and then got what's it called? Oh, she got a tryout with WWE. Not a tryout, but they were looking at her. It was later revealed she was expected to sign with WWE, but many people suggesting to her WWE management. Many people suggesting her to WWE management were released as part of mass layoffs.
Nope.
So she didn't go there. She had a few matches in like Shine Wrestling, Coastal Championship Wrestling, and then AEW.
Oh,
Like
okay.
she had a couple like indie matches, but nothing huge. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
And the match was good. I mean, I liked it.
Yes.
I like the team of Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. I think they're a good team.
Agreed.
Penelope Ford could just use her as like, I'm going to be a jerk and then I have this muscle to back me up. But like, no, she wrestles too.
Yes.
It's not like she's just like, you've seen the again, wrestling trope of like little guy who goes and starts problems and then runs and hides behind the big guy, right? Like she could be doing that and she's not. And Megan Bayne was like high flying. She did she flew with the rope. She like, what did she do off the top rope? She did a hurricane run off the top rope.
Yes, she did do a hurricane run off the top rope.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've never seen her do like high flying moves before.
Agreed. And like all bookers need to look at how Tony Khan books Megan Bayne, himself included, and book all the men giants the same way.
Yeah,
it's
he has
really
a real problem booking men, like big men.
All promoters do because they try to make them like, oh, they can't be knocked down. Like, no, gravity exists the same for everybody.
Right.
Like,
I get that it's a problem because you can't make them unbeatable because then what's the point? If they just win every single match, they have to lose eventually, right? So and then who beats them? So I get that it's a problem. But yeah, how the way he's booked Megan Bayne has been really good.
Like she comes in, she was a monster, but she lost, but she's still a monster. Like,
right.
You know, and then like, oh, okay, she's beatable. There's no, she's just big and good at what she does.
Right. Yeah. It's not like you can't knock her down. Like,
yeah. Like I used to hate that they would do that in all like they Big Show and Andre, like all the big, huge guys, Nash, like, oh, like, someone like they always say, like someone only 200 pounds ran into them. Like if a real 200-pound person shoulder tackled you and you weren't braced, you're probably going to fall down.
Right. So yeah, I thought that was really good. I thought, and again, the challengers won the eliminator, which I didn't expect. Actually, I
did not expect that either.
Yeah, I really like that. I thought that Harley Cam was going to be at Grand Slam because she's Australian. So I assumed that she'd be there, but I didn't think that it was going to be in this way. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and with the eliminator, it instantly set up. I keep wanting to say pay-per-view. I'm sorry. It instantly set up Grand Slam in those last two matches on Dynamite.
Yeah.
And we haven't even had Collision yet. You know what I mean? Collision's tomorrow as of
I forgot. I thought I mentioned this before we started recording. I thought Grand Slam was Wednesday. It was the next Dynamite, but they have another Dynamite. So they could, I don't know what they're going to do between now and that, but yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah, I know. Before we go, we got to talk about Tommaso Ciampa. And
yes, he's made Collision a show that you want. Not him specific, not just him, but he's made Collision. They've made Collision a show that you want to watch now. I've mentioned a bunch before that I don't always watch Collision because I just don't have time. But I've watched Collision recently and it's been good. And this is my question for you.
Yeah.
Is Ciampa, I mean, he's obviously also going to be on Dynamite, I'm assuming sometimes, but is
Yes.
he the new like face of Collision?
I mean, it's the way it looks. He's the with TNT champion. So
Because they obviously tried it with Punk, and then he left. And then for a while, it was like Adam Copeland and FTR were like the faces of Collision, and then like they haven't really had one for a while. I mean, it's not that it's a brand split that you can't go back and forth, but they've always kind of had like, oh, this guy, if you want to see them wrestle, it's on Collision.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think he is, and just everything we're going to be blessed with the people that he works with. Like, first off, my question for you: what did you think of his match with Briscoe?
It was really good.
Well, the 3-way that you're going to get this week is like prime, like 2010 Ring of Honor, and like when they announced it this week, I just like take a deep breath. I was like, "Whoa, Shivani didn't just say that." Claudio, Roddy, and Ciampa are gonna, no matter what else happens on that show, that match is the best match of the show. I'm telling you right now.
I also like that he's what we've talked about a bunch of times in terms of you put over your opponent, right? Like he put over Briscoe as good. Like he wasn't like, oh yeah, of course I came in here and I ran him over because that guy sucks. Right. Yeah. Like he was just like, no, he's a good wrestler. I knew I was going to have a tough match against him, and I did, and I won. And so like you're not squashed like Brody. I keep calling him Brody. Briscoe didn't have a super long. Mark Briscoe didn't have a super long reign as champion, but it's not like they like squashed him and now he's like down the card and nothing. Like he's easily still in the TNT title sphere. Like he could challenge for the belt in a month and it would be weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Agreed. It's, oh man, this, I also noticed that, Nana had the embassy tile, and Ciampa's also was a member of the embassy. Just saying, it could happen.
That was obviously on purpose, because why would you have an embassy towel show that it says the for like right into the camera for no reason? I don't know where they're going with that. Swerve is interesting because I think he's gonna walk like the tweener line again. He was a heel, and then people just liked him so much that he became a face.
Yeah.
I could see him going back to like I'm a bad person. Maybe you can like me, but I'm like I'm not a good guy. I think that's where he's going to end up going, and he's going to have some guys with him that
would be fun.
Highlight that. That would be really cool.
And that kind of looks like what the Psycho Killer gimmick is going to be.
Right. Like, yeah. Right now he seems like a face, right? He's like has his daughter backstage and he's talking about how much he loves AEW and how much the title means to him. I forget. I saw someone online post this in WWE. When he won the NXT title, he called it Goldie, which is why like Sylvie.
Oh, okay. That's I dig it. I like that.
I can see him right now. He's all happy,
right,
to be in AEW. He won a title. He's happy, but like I can see him getting more and more desperate to keep this belt because he counts the belt as like his other child, right? He's like, I introduced him to my daughter, and she has a new sister now. He's gonna get more and more desperate to keep this belt as like that because the TNT title tends to be like an open challenge title, so he's gonna have matches week after week after week.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be someone who pushes him really far, and he gets worried. Oh, I'm going to lose. What do I have to do? How far am I going to go to keep this belt? Because it means so much to me. That's going to be really cool.
I know. Just throw this out there. This just popped in my head. With, there's a lot of contracts coming up in WWE in 2026. With, it's basically common knowledge now. In AEW, if you come with a character that you've worked on or that you have, there's TVs. See if it works. Do whatever you want. Do you think it lures more people than we're expecting?
I think it might. The only reason I think it won't is because wrestlers are generally not as many people as we might expect, because wrestlers are generally smart, right? So they look in terms of their booking. So they'll look at AEW has 10 main event guys.
True.
And they'll be like, okay, 3 more just came over. And if you're
where does that put me?
Just to throw the name, if you're like Finn Balor, I don't know when his contract runs out or what.
Right.
Like if you're Finn Balor, are you like, yeah, I want to go there. My friends are there. That looks cool. But like, they have so many guys. Am I even going to get on TV?
True.
right? So I don't know. It'll be fun. I just wanted to say I really like Ciampa's quote where why he came to AEW, where he said, if I wrestled in the 90s, I'd want to be part of ECW. And in the early 2000s, you want to be part of Ring of Honor. And I was lucky I got to do that. In the 2010s, for me, I want to be part of NXT. And now I looked at the landscape of professional wrestling in the 2020s, and AEW was the answer. Like, it's true. Like, that's the cup. If you want to do like the groundbreaking cool thing,
yeah,
it's AEW. Like, not to say that you can't do cool stuff in WWE or whatever, but like WWE has always been the big guy, right? Even in the 90s, even when WCW was around, like WWF was the big guy. And if you want to be the counterculture, cool underground punk rock kind of guy, that was always a bunch of different companies, and now it's AEW.
Yeah, that's true. That's awesome too.
While we're talking about other wrestlers coming, do it depth. AJ Styles.
I think it's happening.
It sounds like it's happening. I mean, it might not. A bunch of people have mentioned it. I think it was Anthony Bowens has been tweeting stuff about it, and Mercedes and Christopher Daniels have been dropping little hints. And they could just be doing that to like stir up stuff, and there's nothing, right? Like they just want to get attention on the internet, right? That's possible.
Well, I came up with something that you've mentioned on here that is probably going to start happening, and I wonder if maybe this is something that happened. We've been talking about now that there's 2 major companies, and 3 if you count New Japan and everything, where you can go and see what your worth is on the market,
right?
And he's had a hell of a run in WWE, and he decided he's done there,
right?
What if, he's probably one of those guys that have an agent. If I'm just making a number up off the top of my head, so we'll just say, hey, I want 10 matches and I'll do it for 1.5 million.
Right.
And just float that out there. See if anyone bites. If like Tony Khan or New Japan sees it, like, no, that's stupid. Like he knows, okay, maybe I overshot here,
Right.
But I'm wondering if he floated something out, like not necessarily a year or 2 year, but like just a set number of matches. And here's my price. And
I can't see him joining and being like, I'm signing a 5-year deal with AEW.
Exactly.
I'm going to be there every week. Like, that's not happening. I think when you mentioned that, I thought of the people who are tweeting and posting about hinting that he's coming. Do you think that they're trying to get him interested? Like, maybe he legitimately just like, I'm done with WWE. I'm not going to wrestle anymore. And they're and they're just like, hey, it'd be really cool if you came here. And if enough people say, hey, it'd be really cool that you came here, maybe he's like, you know what? It might be kind of cool if I went there. I didn't think about that, but maybe.
all you have to show anybody is what they did for Sting. Just have Sting. Tony Khan knows people. You can get AJ Styles' phone number from somebody that on your roster. Just have Sting give him a call and say, hey, you want to run?
Yeah. He just needs to do, 5 matches, 10 matches. Yeah. Like if just Kenny Omega and just like Ospreay, just like pick like the 5.
Okada, Takeshita.
I would let him just do that. Be like, okay, which matches do you want? Okay, you want to face these 5 guys? That's it. You don't have to do any more. You can face those 5 guys, and that's it.
Yeah. Just give me a week before promo and the match. Give me work twice in 1 month. That's fine.
Yeah, because he's AJ Styles. He's been and there's an aspect of he wrestled in WCW for a little bit before it closed. Right.
Oh, wow.
So he wrestled. He's been in WCW, TNA, Ring of Honor, WWE.
Oh, he'd be like Jeff Jarrett, the only person to do it all.
Don't you kind of want to be in AEW too? Just to be like, I've been in all of them, right? Like he's never been in ECW, but other than that, like that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is
New Japan. He's been everywhere.
He's been everywhere. Man, Jarrett really did wrestle everywhere.
He really did.
Because I was like, wait a minute, he wasn't ECW. He was.
Yeah.
Wow. Unreal. Yeah, I think it is. First off, with AEW existing in general, the schedule, I know there's no brand split. We talked about this earlier, but just say he goes to Collision. You fly out, everything's basically East Coast. They do West Coast shows, but everything's basically on the East Coast that AEW does. You fly out the day before and you could be back home
Right.
I don't know where AJ Styles lives. I mean,
I think it's like Florida. Yeah. Or
okay,
Georgia. Georgia.
okay, so he lives in Georgia. Depending on where the show is, he could fly home the night of the show. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. I legitimately do feel like he wants to wrap up his wrestling career. Like
same.
it's
Yeah.
close to the end. He wants to spend more time with his family. He wants to leave before he gets too broken down. Like I believe all of that stuff. But he could do that and have 5 matches in AEW or 10 matches in AEW
Yeah.
and not be away from his family, 100 days a year. He could be away, he could be away 20 days in the next year if he wanted to do it that way, right? Like he could.
Yeah.
And I hope he does, because that'd be really fun.
It would be. I read somebody, somebody posted, they were like, just imagine if he just came in for next year's C2. I mean, those, and then you have it set up, obviously, that the other people that you want him to wrestle are all in the same, like, it'd be really weird that, like, Takeshita, Okada, everybody's all in the same bracket, the rest of Styles. But, then, like, literally for 5 weeks, he just wrestles everybody on Dynamite. And then,
that's
of course,
yeah.
And then, well, of course, he wins and makes it to the pay-per-view. Then he loses, you send him off. I mean, that would be amazing.
I mean, you could even just do, like, Forbidden Door. Just have a match at Forbidden Door if you want, right? Like,
okay, I just thought of this. Is he officially done with WWE?
I think like next month or something, like soon.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's the same thing, he doesn't have a clause like Ciampa. What if he shows up at the goddamn? I'm sorry, I swore. What if he shows up at the pay-per-view?
I mean, I think his deal's up in like the end of February or something. So like, yeah, like he could show up at Revolution. Why not?
I'm just throwing this out there. What if Ciampa keeps the open challenge alive for the pay-per-view?
That would be fun.
Dude. Wow, that would be really cool.
I do think that we're reaching, maybe not AJ Styles, maybe he is retired and he's done. Like, we don't know. But I think we're reaching an age where both companies have their own identities and their own, like, established. AEW is not going, even CM Punk, who hates AEW now, has said, like, it's not going anywhere unless Tony Khan wants it to go away. Like, it's here, right? They could lose a TV deal and Tony Khan would be like, well, we're running on the internet. Like, he has money. He can keep this going as long as he wants to keep this going.
And don't forget, he owns a stadium that has a place to run shows.
Right.
So, like, he can literally do what he wants.
Right. So these companies are both around for the foreseeable future, say 5 years at least. They're both still around. I think we're reaching an age where wrestlers will go like Hobbs, being like, I had my run in AEW, but what's it going to be like in WWE? I want to try. Like, I don't want to go my whole career not trying WWE because I want to try it. But I can see a lot of them having like shorter term deals. I'm going to sign for 1 year and see what it's like. I'm going to sign for 1 year in AEW because I want to wrestle. I've always wanted to wrestle Kenny Omega, and he's the only in AEW. So I'm going to sign for 1 year deal just because I want to wrestle Kenny Omega. I want to be on WrestleMania. I'm going to sign a 1 year deal just to be at WrestleMania. And I could see a lot of that happening now.
Totally. And you're not like, I wish all the best for Hobbs, but WWE does have a track record, and you don't want to be stuck like, 8 months from now, he might not be on TV anymore. And I know that's the how the wrestling business works. You're at, someone doesn't like you or something and they can bury you. I understand that.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you sign a 1 year deal, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm out of here in 4 months. Cool.
Yeah.
No water off anyone's
unless you're a brand new rookie who has proven nothing and like wants a long-term deal because this may be your only chance to get a long-term deal.
Yeah.
Or you're like an older guy, say you're like 45 and you're like, oh yeah, they're going to give me a deal that'll last till I'm 50 and then I can retire. Sure. But if you're like between 25 and 40 years old, why would you not just sign a 1 year deal at this point?
Yeah.
And just, if it sucks, I'd leave. Right. Like everyone has seen what happens both sides. You've seen, Ray Phoenix, who wants to leave AEW and can't, or Ricky Starks, who wanted to leave AEW and couldn't. And you've seen, FTR, who wanted to leave WWE and couldn't. Or like Ciampa said, like he goes, Ricochet said, I signed a 5 year deal with WWE in 2000 and I asked for my release and they said no. So I had like 3 more years where I just didn't like it and I had to keep going there. Right. Like why would you not look at those guys and go, I'm not going to be like them. I'm not going to be just sat on the shelf for 6 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years or be miserable for 3 years. Why would you not just sign a 1 year, 2 year deal? And if it sucks and they bench you, you can leave in 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is where me and you have talked about it. Like, I'm sure there are a number of people with agents, but I bet you it's going to become, I don't want to say like down to the indies, because I mean, you do have to pay your agent, but it's going to become standard if you're a bigger indie guy starting to get some buzz,
right?
To pick up an agent for that reason. Like,
right.
They're not going to let you sign like, oh, it's a 300-year deal. Like,
right. Especially because WWE is putting things in contracts. Like, you have 1 year where you just can't wrestle anywhere ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And that,
because I was even thinking, oh, you might want to sign a 5-year deal for like the security of it, right? Like, oh, if I break my leg and can't wrestle anymore, I want to be able to get paid. But WWE releases people, right? Like, so you could break your leg and like, I can't wrestle for the next 3 years. And like, well, that's too bad. And they could just release you. Like, it's entirely possible. So you don't even have, it's not like in the NHL where like, if you're 35 years old, you want to sign a lengthy contract because you might get hurt and won't be able to play anymore, but at least you have that contract. You don't have that in wrestling. Like, if they can release you whenever they want. So why would you sign a long deal when they may not even honor the long deal?
True. Very true. And again, where agents come in, I think you're going to see things. Some people have done it throughout wrestling history, but having contracts renegotiated. Like, I think Swerve renegotiated and then ended up signing an extension when he was champion. But like, I'm sure Swerve has an agent. Just, because he does music, he does everything. So I'm sure he has an agent. And that being said, I bet you his agent said, hey, buddy, you could get a little more. You know?
And the more people move around and the more agents get involved, agents are going to look at a contract and go, what do you mean they can't fire? You can't leave, but they can fire you.
Right.
And if they fire you, you can't work again for 2 years. That's not like, no, you're not signing that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the agent wants paid himself. And if you're not getting paid, that's a great point.
People are like, oh, why is Ricochet so upset with WWE? And I get it. He didn't like it there, right? He just didn't like it in WWE, and that's fine, right? People don't like stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
But part of the reason I think he's so upset with WWE, even now that he's no longer in WWE, is his wife she was Samantha Irvin, right? Yeah,
I didn't know. I don't know who
she had a contract with WWE, and she was a ring announcer. She announced people before and after matches, and she said that she wanted to do some other stuff, like, oh, maybe I want to be a manager, or like I want to do a GM role. She wanted to have more of a role,
right.
And they're like, no, we don't want that. And she got released. I think she got released, or she left. I'm not sure what it was. She's a 2-year non-compete clause.
Jesus.
2 years. And she was an announcer. She was an announcer.
Holy mackerel.
And like,
that's like a lifetime.
Yeah.
To not work.
And she posted like 3 months ago, I just looked up, that she said, I have 1 more year left before I can announce anywhere else, like work for any other wrestling company. Like, I know that she's also a singer, and like as an announcer, technically you could announce other stuff, right? You could, it doesn't have to be wrestling. You could be the announcer for a game show or a monster truck race or a NASCAR thing or whatever, right? Like, you could announce elsewhere. But
that's not what your resume said.
But like, 2 years. That's like, in what other job are they like, oh yeah, you don't work here anymore, but you also can't work anywhere else for 2 years.
Exactly. Like, I was just gonna say, like, you're
and we're
free.
Not paying you. Like, the only other time where that works is like if you're a host of a TV show, like you host the news for Channel 5,
right?
And you want to go work for Channel 6, they're like, oh no, you have a 5-year contract, you can't go work for Channel 6, but we're still gonna pay you.
Yeah, well, that's how contracts work. That's why you both sign them, because they're supposed to honor their end.
Right. But I don't want to beat the point to death, but like, I think it is going to change. I think just with the number of companies out there, I think it's going to change. And it's for the better. And before we go, the
Also,
only other thing I want to talk about,
yes, yes.
Thekla and Statlander rematch. What do you think?
I think you've talked me into. I think Thekla beats her. I really do.
I think Thekla beats her because why else would they do it?
Right. And I mean, I complained about this before we got on the air. I do not like how Stat made an announcement that she was going to make an announcement on TV and then like, haha, fooled you. I'm not going to make an announcement. That was that it was a way like that could have been. I always say that could have been a segment for somebody else. Like,
or just say it's a segment with Statlander. Don't say she's going to
or exactly,
and
or just have a
announce it. Yeah, just have her do an interview talking about the match.
Exactly. Now that being said, I think that's what's going to bite her. In the end, she's going to pick some. I don't want to say extreme. I'm going to use quotes, but like it's going to be like I don't know,
like a no holds barred match or something. Yeah,
right. And then they'll somehow it'll like the Sisters of Sin will get involved. And not that I'm complaining about that. I think it'll all be awesome, but like it'll try to be like Stat will like try to out tough herself. Like I'm so tough. Like give me whatever.
She's gonna do that. Care. Like, oh, I beat Willow in that. What was it?
Right.
Was it a lights out match or whatever the match that she was in with Willow.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, you don't want to face me in a match like that. Look what I did to my friend. Look how much I'm going to beat you. And then that comes to bite her. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah. And like I said, like it's going to be cool and it's going to be awesome. However, it's pulled off. But I think that's going to be not to damage Stat's character. I don't think it would, but it's not going to be like, oh, it was just a real clean 1, 2, 3 in a normal match. Like it'll be hardcore rules or I mean, I'd love a steel cage, but I don't think we're going to get a cage. Oh, that'd be awesome.
What do you think of them doing the match after they just did them? Because like Stat beat her clean. What do you think of them just doing it again?
I mean, that's why I think Thekla wins because like, I mean, you take a deep breath at least, you know, and this in wrestling terms, this happened 5 seconds ago, you know.
I think it works from like a fighting, like Stat's trying to prove herself, like that. I think I wish that they would push that a little bit more. Like she got lost, you know, she lost the TBS title. She lost her friendship with Willow. She kind of got lost, didn't know what she was doing. Came back, won the title. And now she's desperately trying to prove herself as like, because she's not Toni Storm, right? She beat Toni Storm, who was like the iconic AEW women's champion. And now she's trying to prove herself of like, I'm not a fluke. I'm not lost. I'm not confused. I know exactly what I'm doing. And she just bites off more than she can handle at this point.
That's awesome. I think that's what they do. That's great.
And Tekla's been really cool. Like I said, I said after the last match that I thought Thekla should have won. I still think Thekla should win. I think she's doing an awesome job.
Yeah. I mean, she has been one of those signings that like not only when she came in did she fit, but everything that she has done, like her mic works good. She's very well rounded there. Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Yeah, I didn't know she could cut promos. I knew she was a good wrestler. Same. But yeah, she can cut promos. She's a great character. She's everything. She's doing a great job. And she she's a good, I think I said this last week. She's a good like counterbalance to the Sisters of Sin, who are very like, we are going to beat you, like creepy doll voice.
Yeah.
And she's the insane wild one, right? Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Same here. And I have one final question for you before we go. What do you think we're going to get between Darby, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd?
I don't know. That's a weird one because Darby did beat Gabe Kidd, right? Yeah, he beat Gabe Kidd.
Yes.
He's already beat all the Death Riders, and Gabe Kidd kind of isn't with the Death Riders right now. He's like off doing his own thing. He's fine. Signing Clark Connors from New Japan, like there's something going on. I just don't know what it is. What do you think?
I think that's how they bring Sting's son in.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Just because really fun. They'd be able to protect him because it would be like
tag matches,
or like hardcore type tag matches where if you mess something up, you mess something up, you know. But between Darby, Gabe Kidd, and Clark Connors, because like if you notice, it's 2-on-1 and nobody's helping.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. And then he would get to do for Sting's son what Sting did for him.
Yeah, it would be like another passing of the torch. That's just my 2 cents.
That'd be really cool. I would like that. That's
Same.
now that you said that, I want that to happen. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, I hope that's what happens.
For sure.
Uh, do you have any final thoughts, sir?
No, I just want to say the stuff AEW is doing now, like the shows have been great, and not just the wrestling. Like the wrestling's always been great, but like the stories are great. The overlapping stories are great. Like the characters are great. Like it's just I'm enjoying it a lot.
Same. Yeah, week in and week out, it's just banger after banger. So, I'm stoked for tomorrow night.
Be fun.
Yes. We are at Elite City Pod on all social media. We are on the old YouTube. Make sure to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. It helps our algorithm out and you can see us more. We seem to have a nice little YouTube crowd. So thank y'all. And, just on social media, when we post, like I always say, make sure you just give it a rethread or a whatever Blue Sky calls it. And, one of those. And it helps spread the word. We appreciate all you do. So that is all we have this week. So until next week, everybody, have fun, enjoy Collision, and have a good weekend. Later.